Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that made a choice or a decision that was a pretty difficult choice, but one that they thought they could kind of forget about or not have to think about again. Something you don't really want people to bring up or ask you questions about is coming to light or is coming to the surface. It's been too long and the truth always comes out, right? So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you have fun plans for the weekend. I also hope it's going to be warmer tomorrow. It is supposed to be warmer tomorrow. This is like the biggest sweatshirt that I have. I think I will survive, but it's a little bit concerning, you guys. Hello, Angel. How are you? If you're interested in a personal reading, the way I do it basically is I record just like this, but it's an unlisted video on YouTube, so only those with the link can access it. So that means you can watch it whenever you want. But my email address is in the description box below. We're going to start off with the Fairy Godmother Oracle and see what else we need to know about this decision from long ago. What else do we need to know? Authenticity. And fickleness. I love this card. It's just a fun word to say, first of all. This is a feeling of being pulled in two different directions. Somebody that knew better and also knew what they wanted to do. Or somebody who was maybe dealing with like an influence from the family. That's interesting. A little bit of a challenge for somebody to stay true to their own desires is kind of what it seems like. This is the Metamuse. Hello, Illuminati. How are you doing? Hello, Dr. Emery. What else do we have? King of Wands, Eight of Cups in the reverse. Something is coming back around because there is an ending that has happened, or somebody feels like they need to cross this off their list. We could have somebody going through a program that requires apologies. We could have somebody that feels like in order to right what has been wrong, they have to have a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody that is very important to them. This doesn't have to be a romantic situation, but I do feel for some of you, this is a former flame that wants to come through and let you know they understand now why you felt the way you did maybe several months, several years ago. Hello, Danielle. How you doing? King of Pentacles, Emperor in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse. A decision was made in an attempt to retain power over something. I don't have the ability or the bandwidth to do that, or I can't pursue that. I have to focus on my priorities. So this could be somebody who didn't have time for love or didn't have time to do something to benefit their family, perhaps. I'm sorry, this is something I don't have control over. I just can't do it. But this is, I think, acknowledging whatever I said was the reason that I couldn't do what you wanted me to do is maybe not really the real reason. This could be somebody saying, I was really the reason something didn't happen. I should have, realized that I was capable when I wasn't willing to. There's the Lover's card again. So it's a choice this King of Wands made. Remember, it doesn't have to be a masculine energy, even though we have a lot of masculine energy out on the table right now. Everyone's got masculine and feminine energy. So it's just a matter of what you're using at that time, right? Hello there, Key Controller. Hello, Maribel. How we doing? Oh, no, we're only 5 minutes in. And the King of Cups. This is more and more so feeling like I should have been there for a family member of mine or for somebody that I love. But I chose to do something different. I chose to, go on an adventure, or I chose to focus on my business. I chose to focus on other pursuits. And as a result, there is this person that is beloved by the King of Wands who feels like they've had to basically do everything on their own, or they've had to find balance after it was kind of knocked off its center by this King of Wands. So this person's come out as the King of Wands, the King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So it could be, and technically the Emperor in the reverse. So it could be that this person has been learning the different sides of themselves as they, go down that spiritual journey path. And this King of Cups is one of the more recent developments. In other words, I knew how to go after what I want. I knew how to start a business or, pursue a passion. I knew how to create stability or do well when it comes to negotiations or, defending what's mine. But when it came to expressing emotions, this could be applying to, like being a parent or being in a romantic relationship. That wasn't my forte, because this King of Cups has their back turned to the Queen of Cups. So it's like I didn't really want to fully acknowledge what I needed from that side of my life. We have the Prince of Pentacles, which would be like the Knight of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. So I didn't really feel like I needed to offer you any support. And I also didn't really feel like I needed any of your support. But this is somebody who is seeing that perception alter. They're realizing that they had the formula wrong, or that they were kind of like devaluing something that is actually pretty important. This is the Poe Tarot. What else do we have? I did read these in the reverse just to let you know. What else do we have? Three of Paws, which is the Three of Pentacles. With these materials and with the aid of my trowel, I began vigorously to wall up the entrance of the niche. Now, if you know Edgar Allan Poe, you know what this is probably from, or you probably know, right? This is our King of Wands trying to wall up a secret. I don't want anyone to figure this out, so I'll just, make sure that nobody can find it. I'm going to hide it in the wall. So an attempt to cover this up or not let other people realize that's the truth of what they decided. There was, it's like an NDA, but maybe there wasn't any ink and paper. You don't talk, I won't talk, everybody won't talk, it'll be great. And then we have the Hermit. Not one of all the crowd to pry into thine hour of secrecy. Be silent in that solitude. It's like a secret was easier to keep than they expected. Maybe they thought it would be pretty challenging. Maybe they thought, right after whatever this is, everyone will notice that I look different, or they're going to ask where I was, or why I smell like pizza when I said that I went and had a salad. It's like, I did something. I was able to hide it, and I didn't think I was going to be able to, but I did. They're kind of in shock that what they did worked for as long as it did. But that's the problem. This fickleness card could be tied to our high priestess. This is whoever figures out this King of Wands. Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. It's like, I got my eyes on you. I got my eye on you. My crow's looking at you too. You know, like, it's interesting. It's like somebody knows what really happened and they're telling this high priestess. Or maybe in the high priestess's dreams, they're putting two together to figure out what's going on. But it feels to me like this King of Cups is preparing to potentially talk about this. All right, because we had the Eight of Cups in the reverse. But they may find whoever they need to talk to, whoever they want to potentially apologize to or give the background to. They might find that Queen of Cups already knows what happened. Queen of Paws, or the Queen of Pentacles. She came and departed as a shadow. I was never made aware of her entrance into my closed study, save by the dear music of her low, sweet voice, as she placed her marble hand upon my shoulder. This might be from Berenice. I can't remember, but I think that's the last one I read for my other channel. If you don't know, I read books on Curious Carmen ASMR. I just don't do it as often as I do these kinds of readings. I just need more time in a day. Just anyone can figure that out. You let me know. Hello, Aqua Beauty. Hello, dude. How we doing? Happy Friday to you. I'm doing pretty well. How about you? Hello, baby. How are you? It do be like that sometimes. So look, this is somebody who moves gracefully and without sometimes being noticed. So I feel like this high priestess has picked up information or is a knower of things, right? This could also be somebody who's very powerful in terms of maybe dreams. So we have the Five of Paws and the Ace of Paws, which is the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. From the Poe Tarot, I took 6 cards and 4 of them are from the Pentacles. So we could have Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo featured prominently in your chart or your persons. But we have the Five of Paws. Just as the day dawns to the friendless and houseless beggar who roams the streets throughout the long, desolate winter night, just so tardily, just so warily, just so cheerily came back the light of the soul to me. So this is saying when you're able to reconcile or see someone again, it's as if you're seeing the sun and you're like one of those dudes from Interview with a Vampire. You ain't seen the sun in a while. So we had the sun, right? I think this King of Cups, King of Wands energy views this Queen of Cups as happiness. To be around this Queen of Cups is to be happy. There's like an addictive energy here, right? You help me see things the way they are, but you are also, I don't know, fun. There's a balance, right? That could be part of why we had the Temperance card come out. This person could view the Queen of Cups as an earth angel. They could have Sagittarius in their chart, but this is definitely somebody who's mastered balance. They are perhaps, you know, the kind of person who's very sweet and bubbly, or they're very kind to everyone. And, you know, oh, he'd give the shirt off his back. But then there's also something a little bit like devilish, not in a bad way, just like they're a little bit rebellious, or they have a, you know, naughty sense of humor, whatever it is. It's like there's this duality in this Queen of Cups that draws the King of Wands in. We have, for the most wild yet most homely narrative which I am about to pen, I neither expect nor solicit belief. I think this King of Wands found somebody and they couldn't believe that that person was that unique brand of whatever. It's not just one facet. There's many facets to this person. And it was an interesting discovery for this person, the King of Wands. So we have a desire perhaps to make an offer after a return or after some distance between these two. All right, this is the noisy deck, the classic tarot. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? Hello, Paul. What's going on? What else do we have? This decision left this King of Wands feeling like they messed up, like they left something unprotected or that they themselves were in a vulnerable situation. But we have the Ace of Wands. It's like this person has negotiated or found a way to get another opportunity after they chose to go back to an old life or to not pursue a new life. They denied themselves their own happiness, or they denied what it was that they wanted because maybe they felt they didn't deserve it. Maybe they felt, I don't get to do that until I have Emperor status. And since I don't have the King of Swords out here, or since, whatever, it's like, I want that, but I don't think I'm ready yet. So I'm just going to sit here and do more of the same. But that didn't really work out for them. They ended up realizing that they kind of undersold themselves. Sometimes you have to dress for the job you want, right? Temperance in reverse. I really do feel like this is, I'm not ready. I got to be like perfect before I come back. And it could be, maybe there's something really difficult they have to say. Maybe there's a story they don't want to tell. Maybe there's an apology that's going to struggle to be let loose, Sometimes I think people fixate on a level of, awesome that is purposefully unattainable so that they can justify being a little bit too comfortable. Right? This is a King of Wands. This is somebody who knows how to fight for what they want, but they made a decision to not fight for something that they want. And I think that bothers them. Yeah. King of Pentacles in the reverse, Hermit in the reverse. If I miss this other opportunity, I'm going to be so mad at myself. King of Pentacles in the reverse. If I miss this other opportunity, then what was I working towards? What was I really trying to figure out with my life? If this person's been trying to, set up a better chapter in their life so that they could pursue a relationship with someone in particular, they may feel like they only have one shot. They may feel like everything has to be perfect, but I think they're also starting to realize that expecting perfection or procrastinating because of being perfectionist could also be a problem, a risk, something that makes them lose what it is that they want. So I think there's a little bit of an inner conflict here. Do I go in a little bit maybe unprepared, not quite as, set up as I'd like to be, but I know this is an opportunity? Or do I delay? Do I wait? do I try to get whatever else? Try to be this King of Swords, right? Maybe this person wants to come back around after they graduate from a course, or after they get a promotion, or after they have a house, whatever it is. It's like, do I go now or do I wait? But there's somebody here that has been, I think, kind of in their ear. Now, this is a general reading, so it could go a few different ways, right? But there could be a concern on the part of the King of Wands that if they don't tell the truth to the Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Cups energy, that truth is going to be shared by someone else. And we all know if there's a truth that needs to come out or an apology that needs to happen, it should come from the person that's involved, right? If somebody else tells me that story, it's a lot different. So I think there's a little bit of concern here that if I don't come back and talk to this person, I may end up losing them. Because something could, you know, put at risk the second chance that I would like to have. Something could interfere in my plans, right? What else do we have? Moon in the reverse, Three of Pentacles. All right, whoever resonates with the King of Wands, you are going to get some bad advice. If you are talking to your friends or perhaps family members about this connection, about this Queen of Cups, there's somebody in your midst or in your inner circle that does not have the intentions you would hope they have. They want this to not work out for you. And you can ask yourself, is this because this person would rather be in the Queen of Cups place? Is it possible that this person doesn't like the Queen of Cups for some reason? There is a motivation that does not align with the King of Wands, and this person's trying to influence the King of Wands. Oh, you shouldn't talk to them now. It's a bad time of year. I'm sure they're busy because it's the holidays. Or are the holidays one of the best time to try to like patch things up? I don't know. Hello there, Matt. How are you doing? I think I missed saying hello to Nathaniel. So I'm going to just say hi. Because like the screen moves, you know what I mean? What else do we have? Judgment in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So I'm making this face because the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse is literally on top of the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. There is a risk that somebody ignores their own intuition because they get advice from a third party. Your best advice is going to make you go, you're right, you're right. I knew that was the right thing to do. You're right. But sometimes we tune out. And this message is saying you can follow someone else's advice if you want to, but it may end up losing you that second chance that you want. And if that's not something you want to lose, then don't be ignoring your intuition. Nine of Cups. The number 9 is important. So we also have the Nine of Wands over here. So basically we have a challenge to this King of Wands. You have to decide, how bad do you want this? Do you really want another chance with the Queen of Cups? Is that the person you would like to spend your life with? If that's true, then don't be listening to other people's advice because that's going to put it at risk. And if that's true, I feel like you need to listen to your own gut, right? Oh, no need to apologize, Peggy. How's your day? That works, dude. If only we could do the whip with my mom. Maybe someday. Hello, Voyager. Did I miss anyone? We've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. World in the reverse. For some of you, there is an old argument or grudge. I'm thinking of Memoirs of a Geisha because her like childhood friend stabbed her in the back, right? This is somebody who harbors some resentment or is frustrated for some reason, jealous perhaps, and they give advice that is meant to mess things up instead of make things easier for this King of Wands. So be cautious who you listen to. So we have Death again. I had that over here as well. Yeah. So when the truth becomes clear and somebody feels that there is actually a risk of this being lost forever, they decide I'm going to have to just go in the way that I am, or I'm going to have to talk to this person right now. This is like, no, don't come over. I haven't finished cleaning the house yet. It's okay. I'm not going to sit here and judge you on the 12 dust bunnies under your bed. Am I? No, I'm just kidding. This is somebody saying it's a work in progress, but it's progress nonetheless. And I have to tell you what happened. Justice. They do want to make it right. And they do feel like having this conversation will make them feel better and help you understand why they felt the need to walk away. I do feel like there was a responsibility or a sense of duty that justified for them making this decision. They do still feel like they could have handled it a better way. For many of you, this is like, I could have communicated better. I could have set some expectations. I could have told you what was happening. But I think this person wanted to like have everything settled and sorted before they could come talk to you. And I don't know if everyone agrees that that's the best, right? Hello, hallowed. Maybe? Why do I want to go? All right, let's see what else we have for you. This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. Yeah, exactly. Yes. What else do we have? Five of Swords, somebody who wants to cause some drama, somebody who wants to prevent these two from reconciling. Seven of Swords in the reverse. They don't want this truth to come out for some reason. They don't want two people to reestablish the connection that they have, right? Two of Pentacles. Four of Cups in the reverse. But I don't think they can have the amount of influence required to get this person to not be interested in this second opportunity or this second chance. So it kind of feels like the real warning here is don't listen to their advice in terms of how to talk to the person you want to communicate with. They might advise you to do something that would have not so great results. So this authenticity card seems to be suggesting You need to have that heart-to-heart conversation. Maybe there's an apology. Maybe there's here's, a little story for you, but it needs to be authentic. Don't let anybody talk you into some sort of edit or some sort of omission. You need to tell the story the way that it actually happened. And don't you let some friend talk you into lying or leaving something out. Because with that High Priestess card, this Queen of Cups already knows. If you leave something out, they're going to know you're not being honest. And if your attempt or your mission here is to make it clear that you want to make things right, it would be wise to start off on an honest foot, right? 4 of Wands, 3 of Wands. So there's a leveling up or some sort of awakening that's happened. And as a result, this person has kind of like baby giraffe legs, right? They're not fully secure in terms of how do I operate in this new world? But when this King of Wands approaches the Queen of Cups, High Priestess energy, I do think they realize that this person is very intuitive and can kind of see through them. This could explain part of the procrastination, why they didn't really fully know if they were ready, or why they kind of wanted to kick the can down the street like, oh, maybe next Tuesday I'll be ready for that. Yeah. 3 of Swords in the reverse, because they've been working on some healing. But it's that messaging component. It's that communication that's been really terrifying. I don't know if you picked up on this yet. I'm not really that nervous to talk to people. And I'm sure part of it is because I have spent a lot of time in sales. I'm also just kind of obnoxious in general. I can pick up on like whatever and create a conversation with a stranger if I feel like it. And this person, not the same way. This is somebody who's like, do I have to talk to you? This person would be perfectly comfortable sitting there in complete silence and not having to say anything. Whatever. Not everyone can handle that. Some people go crazy with that. The small talk that some people think, is a good idea. So we have contemplation and consideration around what needs to be said and how it should be said. This in particular is something you do not want to be taking advice on. You gotta speak from your heart. You gotta say it the way you think it needs to be said, because somebody is going to try to convince you to do it a different way. And I would not advise you to listen. So we have Death in the reverse and the Knight of Swords. If you talk through this situation too quickly, if you just give the highlights and you don't want to get into the details, if you leave out the nitty gritty, I can't tell you what I was going to say. You will not be able to convince somebody that you've gone through a transformation or that you are a better version of yourself, that you have worked hard to create a new life for yourself. If you come across as the same kind of person that sweeps everything under the rug, doesn't want to be honest. The thing that is the most useful in terms of credit here for the King of Wands is the stark contrast between, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm going to hide everything about myself. I don't want you to know what my motivations are, who I am, what I want, any of that. That stark contrast with the person the King of Wands used to be, willing to walk away with, hey, I know it's been a while. Here's everything. I'm going to tell you everything. When you do that, that's when you get close with this Queen of Cups, High Priestess. Why? Because they already know a lot of the stuff that you're going to tell them. And you're not going to understand why, but they do know. It's like the universe is trying to keep you on the up and up. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Are you concerned about courage? Are you concerned about confidence? Look, I think our King of Wands is a little bit nervous or uncomfortable because they realize the person they're in love with sees right through them. They might be real used to being able to say, oh, look at my wonderful cape. I am a pillar of morality and integrity and everything good. Shut up, you farted last Tuesday and denied it, you liar. It's like, no, but I'm trying to convince everybody that I'm this really important person, and you're over here spoiling it. Stop it. Why? It's like the Wizard of Oz. The wizard was really just this little dude, trying to like make his voice sound bigger. This King of Wands is actually, I think, quite adept or apt. They're a quick learner. They're able to go after what they want. But this Queen of Cups, High Priestess, makes this King of Wands feel like a 5-year-old. Like, stop it. You're telling everybody my secrets. Which, by the way, could be why they're so drawn to this person, right? Just makes them feel uncomfortable. And I think is also like charming, right? Kind of like Edward and Bella. Not being able to read somebody's mind. Ooh, that was in True Blood too. So 2 of Cups in the reverse, King of Wands. This person might have literally needed to have that distance because they felt like you saw right through them. I can't lie to you. I can't pretend to be better than what I am. I have to actually become that better version of myself before I can claim you, before I can be with you, before I can tell you how I feel. So they set out to become this emperor because they came out as the emperor in the reverse. Let's hope the emperor in the upright comes up. Because it's like they knew they were lacking this King of Swords element, right? So I can make money, I can protect people, I can go out there, I can, throw some hands. I learned how to express my emotions. I'm not the best at it, but I can do it, I can feel it. But when it comes to the King of Swords, I am 100% committed to the truth. And this person has had to fight for that. They have not always been that way. We have the 10 of Swords, some sort of ending that motivated a change in plans. It could be because this King of Wands felt they would lose the High Priestess, Queen of Cups energy if they continued to be a little bit fast and loose with the truth, that they decided to take an alternate path, that they decided, okay, it's time to actually level up and be a better person, right? Page of Cups in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Five of Wands in the reverse. So there's perhaps a little bit of a warning here that you might get word that there's competition. There's somebody else interested in this Queen of Cups. You might feel that you have completely lost your chance. You might feel that you have already said something that has turned this Queen of Cups against you. But it could be something that merits a little bit of additional attention. It's just like, it's like somebody wants you to think there's no chance when there is. And it could be this person who's misleading you, right? Oh, if they said that, there's definitely no chance that they would want to talk to you. Oh, if they did that, I heard that they're seeing someone new. Be careful with that. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. I've not heard any singing. Nothing. Occupation in the reverse. Family room. So maybe what I did for work or how I made my money or how I spent my money was not something I was proud of. And I felt like I needed to make a change before I could actually be in a serious relationship. I think we had somebody find that their path, their true purpose in life required them to renovate their life, rebuild it. But there was some help here. We have unexpected income and high honor. It's like the universe said, hey, you do the right thing. You show that you have integrity, and we'll make sure that you get exactly what you want. Now, the interesting thing is, I don't very much look at this unexpected income card ever as like a person, but I really do feel like this King of Wands has tried to negotiate with God or the universe. If I get right with my life, with Jesus, whatever it is, if I do the right thing, if I become a good person, if I live authentically, I want that high priestess. I want that Queen of Cups. Now we have free will. So that's not really going to be the deal you get, right? But it could be that this King of Wands was negotiating to get a second chance. Coffin in the reverse, not wanting to accept that something is over. I think we have some potentially obsessive thoughts. It ain't over because what I really want is to be with you forever and ever. Forever, ever. This is somebody who went the extra mile. Somebody who did whatever they could to put themselves in the right place to make an offer this Queen of Cups would not be able to refuse. Now, some of you might still refuse it. It's free will, right? But some of you may be really cool with it. Some of you might be like, oh, well, that's great. How did you know that green was my favorite color? Did I miss anyone? Hello, Bradley. How are you doing? Ooh, good song. There you go. See? Imperfect can be perfect, right? The ego often serves us a bunch of BS. Me personally, I think perfection is boring. Like if you were to talk about how people choose who's a supermodel, if you're perfect, I think you're in some ways kind of forgettable, right? If you have that, like Cindy Crawford had the mole. Kate Moss had like a little bit of a gap tooth or something. I can't remember. All of those kind of imperfections that I can think of that make somebody that much more memorable because they have that distinctive trait, because they aren't, that perfect recreation of it. So we have somebody here who has been hiding from someone they consider to be part of their inner circle, someone they consider very astute, very observant. But they're about to tell you everything. They're about to tell you why they were hiding, why they took their little break or, retreated. It's because they wanted to put on their Sunday's best before they told you how they feel. It just took a little bit longer than they thought it would. All right, what else do we have? Santiago, how are you doing? Mine too. History, past happened. Spontaneous, unexpected, surprise visit. So yes, something has happened. Something happened in the past. And now I'm going to tell you what happened. This person could show up unannounced. So, make sure you brush your teeth. Put on deodorant. Get your spray tan. Don't do that, actually. That's probably bad for you. Who does like surprise visits? Like maybe I was busy. I think some people do. Maybe there's a time and a place where it works out. Hello, Shanice. How are you doing? But we did have quite the pause on this relationship. So you probably don't expect to see this person. This person is going to take you by surprise. We have the crushed card, sad, broken, feeling alone, and journal in the reverse. Somebody has not put into words the fact that they are sad. They made a choice thinking it was the right thing to do, but it was a choice that made them feel every day after that they'd made the wrong choice. Now, here's the other thing. This person thinks naughty thoughts about you. I'm just going to put it that way. They definitely have some need to see you again. They are definitely thinking about you at nighttime, okay? Yeah, it gets a little creepy, so I'm not going to dig into those thoughts, okay? All right. I think I'm going to leave it there. And I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. And I will see you on the next reading. Hello, Upper Echelon. Toodles.